Vande Mataram and good afternoon to everyone. With the inspiration of His Holiness Sant Ram Sahib Ji, motivation of Reverence Siddhav Ji, guidance of Rubhauji, Group Director, and under leadership of Dr. Ashish Thakur, Director SHIM, we have the opportunity to meet experts from the industry. Today, we have an opportunity to interact with Mr. Vivek Thakur. Sir is working for almost 21 years in IT. Sir is presently employed at Volkswagen headquarters in Germany and primarily responsible for business development. And Sir is also holding key account manager profile for enabling the IT outsourcing, insourcing at various international locations, including India. Sir is born in Jabalpur, brought up in Bhopal. Great to see that, sir, you're brought up in Bhopal. And Sir has completed his schooling from Bhopal, done bachelor's in stats and mathematics from MBAM College and master's in computers from Sati College, Vidisha. After completing post-graduation in 2000, Sir started his professional IT journey with Satyam Computers, which is very well known to all of us that today it is Tech Mahindra, as a software engineer. And from there on, Sir has worked for multiple customers and well-known companies that includes HDFC Bank, GE Consumer Finance, Deutsche Telekom, Cognizant, Volkswagen, etc. across different countries, namely few USA, Canada, Middle East, and Germany. In 2008, Sir moved to Germany with his family and have been operating from there since then. Sir likes to read, run, and do sailing. So we are really very fortunate to have such a dynamic personality with all of us. And I'm sure that today we are going to have a wonderful session. I would like to inform all of you that after this session, we'll have some 5-10 minutes for question answer round. So what you can do is you can unmute yourself and ask questions, or you can write the same questions in the chat box. So we welcome you, sir. Session is all yours.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Shalu. That was a fantastic introduction, and I'm obliged and I'm very happy to basically, present to the place where I'm born and brought up, and not born, rather brought up here in this place, and it is my pleasure. Before I go into the presentation, I basically would like to say a few words as well, how I am here and why I am doing this. So Dr. Ashish Thakur, who basically is also my elder brother, and we have been one of my respected person, and he approached me a few months ago and he said, Vivek, would you like to present something at my college? Typically, I'm not a very public speaker. I normally don't go to public speaking, but while he asked that question, and then I said, no, why not? And then I then started to get in contact with Mrs. Shalu and also some of your IT experts to see, everything works seamlessly during this day. I think Manish as well from IT. And yeah, that's why I'm here. And then my father, he's also, I think he has joined this session. He's also there, and he lives in Bhopal. My sister lives in Bhopal, and I'm glad that I'm here. So let me start the presentation. Just a quick question, Shalu. I'm pretty audible and visible, right? Before I go.
Yes, sir. All
wonderful.
Clear. And I have made you the host so that you can share the presentation with us.
Wonderful. So let us start. Visible?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So first of all, a very, very warm good afternoon, hello and namaste to the entire SHIM students, the entire staff, the entire management board, and my family members. So Hello? It seems there is some connection problem.
So now we can hear you, sir.
But did you hear in between? Because I think I was speaking and something
In
broke
between,
out.
in between there was a glitch, sir, but now it's absolutely correct. I mean,
Um,
we can hear you, we can see
Mrs.
you.
Shalu, can you enable the host participant screen? I think it's again disabled.
1 second, sir. I'll just do it.
Sure.
I'll just do it, sir. Yes, sir.
Wonderful.
It's done. It's done.
Yes, wonderful. So I'm back again. So it is very difficult to put the entire your professional, personal journey into one slide, but I have tried to do so, so that you know who I am and what I am doing and why I am here. Mrs. Shalu has very well given an introduction already, which I thank her a lot, so that you all know what I'm doing. But still, I would like to give still a brief introduction about me before I move. So my name is Vivek Thakur. As you all know, I'm here. I'm born in Jabalpur, brought up in Bhopal. I basically am married with two kids, a girl and a boy, and I have a dog as well here. I have two sisters. One is elder. She lives in Bhopal along with my father. My father keeps coming here in Germany, and one lives in Bangalore. I speak to the fact that three languages, English, Hindi, and German. German I have to because I'm here since I think over a decade, and I need to learn German in order to cope up with German customers and German people. This is my professional journey, so this you already know. So I have graduated from Bhopal and then moved on into different companies and different countries, and finally I'm here. Um, Working as supporting also India in terms of enabling business from here, so that a lot of Indian employees get into Volkswagen world as well. So my quick agenda for today, I would basically be covering what exactly is digitalization. So I have tried not to be too technical, but try to work in a way so that it is easily understandable to all of you. I want to show what is changing. Then I will take few examples. in terms of changing industry trends. I have taken automotive, being coming from automotive background, I can also relate it better because I'm seeing these changes, and plus a little bit on healthcare. And then last but not the least, I would like to give my personal tips, what I have been, in these professional and my academic year, I have gained through. So these are very, natural and practical tips that if you can follow, it will help. So before we move on, let us watch a video together. So this video basically focuses on, about digitalization, digital transformation, and also keeping the human core value at the center. And that is something basically which you will like it. So let us watch this video together, and then we move on. So I'm just sharing the video.
Once upon a time, business as usual was often good enough. We are going, good enough is dead. In a world where everything is connected, everything is excellent, where performance is reaching perfection, there's only one space left to innovate in: you. Right now, you are a central point in the raging tornado of change fueled by digitization, mobilization, augmentation, disintermediation, automation. Well, the list goes on. Science fiction is becoming science fact. Think about self-driving cars or computers that can learn and think. The way we work will never be the same. The skills we need will be dramatically different. Winning or losing are now happening faster than ever before. So what's your response? How will you discover new opportunities in one of the most transformational times in human history? Are you driving change, or are you being driven by it? Disruption has become the new normal. With change, it's always gradually, then suddenly, well, things really have stopped happening gradually. This change is exponential. Everything that used to be dumb and disconnected is now wired and intelligent. Cars, cities, ports, farms, even our bodies will be wired with sensors and will talk to each other. These game changers are also combinatorial. They amplify each other, creating a perfect storm of change. Quantum computing fuels big data. The Internet of Things fuels artificial intelligence and deep learning, which fuels robotics. However, anything that cannot be digitized or automatically valuable. Human-only traits such as creativity, imagination, intuition, emotion, and ethics will be even more important in the future, because machines are very good at simulating, but not at being. Yes, robots and software will do some of our work, but this will allow us to focus on things that cannot be automated. To imagine change squared, you've got to start engaging more with what might be, not just with what is. Immerse yourself in the immediate future, 5 to 7 years out from today. We need to go beyond technology and data to reach human insights and wisdom. Technology represents the how of change, but humans represent the why. The future is about holistic business model. The opportunity is to be liquid, to learn just in time, not just in case, not single improvements, but complete transformations, not individual systems, but new ecosystems. Humanity is where true and lasting value is created. We will engage, relate, and buy things because of the experiences they provide, because of their transformative power. The future doesn't just happen, the future gets happened. The new way to work is to embrace technology, but not to become it. The future is in technology, yet the bigger future lies in transcending it.
So I hope so you might have enjoyed this video. Let us go back. So this video, what we saw here, this was talking about the changes that are happening so rapidly, so quickly across the world. And these changes basically does not mean that, you know, all the work. So automation is going on, but it does not mean the core values that human possess in terms of their ethics, in terms of, you know, their creativity. These will have more and more importance. So what this video I presented here in terms, why? Because, you know, it's not that everything is going to be automated, everything is going to be digitalized. No, it is not possible. So things that will not be digitalized, things that will not be automated, those things will start becoming more important. Yeah. So we all are living in an industry where we have to adapt to digitalization. Without that, there is no way. So let us come back to the to digitalization and see what exactly it is. So this is a classical definition of digitalization, which you may forget after some time, but I'm also going to give you some examples where you can relate how SHIM is getting into digital transformation. I have some examples that I'm going to show. So digitalization is nothing but the use of a technology, a tool, and data that you have in order to automate, create a value for the organization, bring up synergies, improve your business, transform your business, and create an environment where you get into digital transformation. So two pictures, what you see here are typical. I take the right picture where I can also relate how SHIM is getting into digital transformation. So first thing is to convert your analog data into digital. That means you have a lot of manual stuff that you are digitizing them. That is putting them into a digital form, then adapting it and getting into digital transformation. Now I give you one or two examples how SHIM is already getting into your college. You know, they're already. So if, for example, we are sitting here, I'm sitting here in Germany, a lot of people sitting in different parts of the world, we are connected together via the webinar. So this was also the case earlier, but SHIM has adapted Zoom as a tool, as a central media to basically get into different customers, business, and connect the world. And this is nothing but a step towards digital transformation on SHIM. Tomorrow, if, for example, I don't know if it already exists, if for tomorrow SHIM gets an app called SHIM app, and this app is going to be a central place for basically a lot of your processes, internal onboarding, or I don't know, you might be having a lot of educational and learning processes. You can adapt it via this app. So the idea is there is always a tool behind when you are getting into digitalization. There is a human change. This entire thing has to be adapted in order to move towards digitalization process. Yeah. So website, for example, social medias, all these things are nothing. So you all are already into this digital world and getting into this digital transformation, which basically is very glad to see. And this Corona, luckily or unluckily, I would say, has triggered this much ahead of the time, because there was no other option but to get remote and digital. Yeah. So moving on, just a question, if anybody has question till now, they can already post. Yeah, because I basically cannot see, you know, who is writing the questions. Maybe would be a good idea if we take all of them together separately. So I move on now. Our topic, you know, what exactly is changing? I would say everything is changing with this digitalization, which means the industry is here, but changing means this whole ecosystem of digital transformation is changing. Always I'm going to relate to your college, because you are having, I think, remote studies, you are having all those. So this is a part of education industry. So education industry in itself is changing across the world, which basically is also enabling all of you to change and adapt. So the sooner you adapt, the more you are getting integrated into the digital transformation and ecosystem. And digital transformation is nothing but integration of entire digital technologies into all the areas of business to make an ecosystem. Yeah, fundamentally changing how you operate. Yeah, so earlier, if we imagine that such a webinar that we are having, it's not remote, it's not a webinar, but it has to be a personal face-to-face session. There has to be a lot of arrangements needs to be done. People have to travel, people have to, lot of admin and lot of overheads to your departments in terms of organizing a lot of stuff, arranging a lot of stuff. And now it was, pretty much possible, and that is where, quoting these examples and try to always quote these examples in your day-to-day life as well. So if we talk about changing, so manufacturing industry, so if we say manufacturing industries, if I relate it to the automotive industry where cars are being manufactured, almost 85 to 90% of the cars are now prepared by the robots. That means only 10% of the remaining is being done by humans. So this basically it's not only applies to automotive but also in the medical industries, in the real production industries, everywhere, this automation and robotics, these are coming into place. Transportation, logistics, this Amazon, Flipkart, all these things are getting so much popular nowadays. People sit at home and try to shop. There's nothing but a digital transformation. Your education system, the way you travel, the way retail marketing or retail business is going on, banking. Me personally, I'm here since 2008. I have not gone to bank more than 1 or 2 times in this time. Everything is possible online and everything is possible via an app. I don't need to go to a bank at all. Software is the biggest. Software, I have written it here because this is something which is enabling all these industries. So every industry that are undergoing digital transformation, software is behind, IT is behind. So if we talk about the tool you are using here, Zoom, this is nothing but a tool created by software industry. So a website, an app, and all these are all becoming popular, and this, due to which this IT industry is becoming a core part of the entire business. So if any industry that has to work hand in hand have to also align with a lot of IT terms, IT topics, apps. And in my family, my father, he's not fond of app. He's 77, but he basically is very much aware of what is going on across the world. He's connected. He likes to use different types of apps, and that is also a digital transformation at that particular age, and he's adapting to it. Yeah, telecom industries, energy, going to zero. That is something which is one of the most. So green energy is getting popular. A lot of windmills coming up, and people driving cycles now. E-scooters, e-cars, and things like that. So all these are digital transformation, also enabling the environment friendliness. If we talk about energy, if we talk about for example, manufacturing, all those work. And nonetheless, all these things are changing, but this is also changing a lot of areas which we cannot see, our mindset. A lot of people don't want to. So for example, living in Germany, also it is sometimes, or across the world, there is always a change management that comes in where you also have to adapt to your mindset. That means, okay, I need to use the new technology. I need to change the way of work. So these two things also go hand in hand. So important is, apart from all this, we also keep free our mind and then freely adapt. Our Prime Minister in India, he is always saying digital India, digital India. You know, a lot of these Aadhaar cards are coming in. Why are these coming? Why are we integrating? In order to have the data of all the citizens of India into one blanket or into one bracket, so that you can track, you can help, you can link. And these are nothing but the entire transformation of the complete ecosystem. Yeah. So entire thing I'm giving these, quoting these example, because you all are already experiencing these changes. What I am trying to help, or rather do here, is to tell you what are changing, so that you already start. So tomorrow when you go, you will start seeing these changes automatically. You will see changes are happening every day. Paytm, even now, I think the sabji wali buys and all, and I have seen also when I visit Bhopal, everywhere they don't take cash, they say Paytm. So digitalization at that level as well, and which is very good to see, and getting into every corners, that will not be so easy, but we are getting there. Yeah. So the whole idea of this slide is to tell what all are changing, and be aware of what is changing, and be also the change. If basically something new is coming up, try it, use it. It helps. Yeah. And now I have taken one very, this is one of the core example that is close to my heart as well, because I am working in this, although in IT, but I am into automotive industry since more than 10 years. And I can relate this very well. So I have taken this picture because, here I'm also going to show you a video where what all things which are written on the left, this automotive industry is changing. I can show also to that video, and I can also tell you that I am basically experiencing these because I have been driving such a car, and I will show you example of that where you see, these things are really happening. It's not on paper. So when I say always connected, the car is connected with everything. It's connected with cloud, it's connected with satellite, it's connected with your internet when you are driving. With you have enhanced experience inside with speech systems, bots, chatbots, and all those stuffs while driving. You don't need to, focus clicking here and there. It just seamlessly happens. Autonomous, I would not say autonomous is fully functional right now. That means autonomous means that driving a car without having a driver. Autonomous driving. You just sit, car drives on its own. So a lot of I think tests are going on right now. Google is doing, and a lot of other companies are doing these tests, but they are failing in one or the other situation. But now the industries are making semi-autonomous cars in order to reach there. And I think next 2-3 years down the line, we will be there. Electrification. Any question? No. Okay. Electrification. So we are getting into a world, a revolution where electric cars, electric trucks, electric buses, all those electric trains are already there. These are going to be a new normal. So it's coming much faster than expected, because of also the pollution. We see a lot of weather changes happening across. There are floods across the world this year, and there are tsunamis, and there are a lot of destructions happening. These are happening all because of global warming and changes which are happening to our environment. And so digitalization is just not one term. It links to also, your environment, and all those things have to be taken care of in order to see that, we are, our next generations are seeing the life which basically our fathers and grandfathers have seen, the green and pure life, So, but let's see. Car can also do predictive maintenance and security. That means when you're driving, all the auto updates and things happen on the fly in the car. And there are improved car buying experience, which means you can sit here on your home. You can already configure your car. You can also see how your car may look like sitting at home. So there are some virtual reality softwares which are available in order to configure your car. And this list goes on and on. Yeah, there is also a discussion going on between car to car communication. So when one car is going next to each other, so basically these cars are talking to each other. So some features from in there, so a lot of things are happening. So let us, enough of talk. Let us see a short video. This video is a Volkswagen car. They have introduced last year, and this has been a good success. And I personally like this car. This has almost all the features which we see on the left available. Yeah. So let's watch and enjoy. My screen sharing has stopped, Mrs. Shalu, somehow.
Yes, sir. Because you'll be showing video, right, sir?
Okay. But you were able to hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful.
We can see.
Wonderful. Because when I am engrossed in talking, then I really didn't realize that something is going wrong. So please intimate me if something is not going on. Right. So
Sir, have you started that video? Sir, can you please unmute yourself? We're not able to hear you.
hello.
Yes, sir.
Something happens in between.
Okay.
The video was not visible.
No, we were not able to see the video, sir.
Oh, just a minute. Let me try again. So starting. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
So, enjoyed the video?
Yes, sir.
So this basically, I wanted to show this because the changing features which I have written on the left, these are all available in this car. This is a fantastic car, and I'm pretty sure in a year or so it's coming to India as well. In Bhopal, you can see these cars running. The electrical infrastructure is stable enough. Good. Then I will take another example of the healthcare industry. The screen is visible, right? Yeah. Good. If we talk about healthcare industry, this is also one of the fastest changing industry where things are changing very, very fast. So again, I give an example of COVID. So during this COVID sessions, these virtual visits and telemedicines have become very, very popular. So you can book appointments with the doctors and they are checking virtually. So this also helps reducing their burden on when you are visiting there. So this no, I'm not talking about the critical patient, but I'm talking about the normal visits that happens. It is happening. There are patient portals coming up where the entire data of patients would be available online. I somehow I'm getting the message that internet is unstable, but you are able to hear. Can someone?
Yes, sir. I can, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Yeah, because I'm getting a message somehow that your side some internet problems are there. So I was not sure if you are hearing me.
Audible
Okay,
and
good.
screen is also visible. Yes.
Wonderful. Very good. Very good. Just wanted to check. So then you have these patient portals coming up where the entire, so we as a patient, if we are a patient, we basically can see our entire data, our history and all those stuff to basically help doctors to get a better analysis, not just by, visiting first. And so this helps. There is a data aggregation going on. This is one of the key challenges where it helps doctors for doing a right diagnostic. They are trying aggregation of the data per patients who are registered to a particular doctor or a hospital in terms of doing a better diagnostic. Then artificial intelligence screenings are going on. What is very, very promising and interesting where these fields are getting into. Then due to COVID-19, this contact tracing apps and these things have become a major, and this is going to run over time. One of the interesting thing which I would like to also quote here is the next point, which says remote surgeries via robots. So this sounds very, very, a little bit worrisome that robots are doing our surgeries, but this is happening. So the reason of having this, because there are certain surgeries that takes around 8, 10 hours, 12 hours, and doctors has to be there. They cannot leave the the surgery in between, even for a bio break sometimes, and the situation is like that. And now lot of things which robot or are repetitive, which basically robots be inserted in. Doctors can sit there at their home. They can basically open up the screen. They can connect to the robots and direct robots to do this and that. That is something. In between, they can also do the breaks, and robots can do that. So such business case and use cases are being practiced right now. Currently, I wouldn't like to go this way, but who knows? Tomorrow robots are doing our surgery. We don't know. But yeah, this is also one of the things that is happening. Then I think one of the most important thing, which is the health awareness among people, that I think I'm seeing across the world. So people wearing smartwatches, people going for walks, people doing yoga, people checking their in the mobile, they're checking their calories burned. These are becoming really common, and that is a good thing, because when you are more aware of your health, you basically have less visits to the hospitals and doctors. And this is also being enabled because of the inventions of new technologies, new gadgets, new things things that can monitor you all the time. So I am not in favor of monitoring a person all the time, but there are certain parameters like your heartbeats, like your daily exercises, like your standing, your water intake in a day. If these things are regularly monitored, I'm pretty sure basic health of a person would always stay, and that is a good thing. And this awareness is definitely coming up. And again, after COVID, this has become more prominent. People are more health conscious now, looking at this, and this list goes on and on. Yeah. Short video on this as well, and then basically we would switch back to the question answers before I give my key messages. So is visible, right, before I move?
Yes, it is visible. But yes.
So that's basically was the last slide which I wanted to show. I also have one more slide for the key message to the students of SHIM. But before that, I would basically give you some space to ask questions if you have, and I will try to answer. I'm sure I should be able to answer your questions. If not, I will try to find out the answers for you. So stage is all yours.
Sure, sir. Neha Balwani, you can unmute yourself and ask question.
Sure, ma'am. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Greetings to you, sir. My question to you is that what challenges did Volkswagen Group face, and in terms of digitization, or like how did it adopted it and how it overcame such a challenge? You please like to describe?
Very good question. So basically, in terms of whenever we talk about challenges, the challenges come with a human change. So first thing is, Volkswagen basically is a very traditional and a very old company with a lot of people having traditional background. So first of all, the challenge to get into automation, to get into digitalization is a human change management. And I will not say that Volkswagen is a fully digitalized organization, but it is undergoing this digital transformation by talking to people, by enabling different types of seminars, trainings, to tell them the importance and future of this. And then the management at Volkswagen basically is a very strong board of directors. They basically are really seeing the future 10-15 years down the line, and they are basically communicating continuously inside the organization to basically undergo such changes and the benefits that these changes are coming. So this is basically on the human change part. But being such a big organization, 600,000 employees across the world, the bigger challenge is to integrate all these ecosystems, because I don't know if you are aware of, Volkswagen considers of almost 13 plus brands, which includes Audi, Skoda, Porsche. All these are under Volkswagen umbrella. So these are all different brands. And if we talk about different segment of brand, their processes, process integration, getting them into one ecosystem. That's the biggest challenge which Volkswagen is facing right now. But they have plans and projects initiated in order to reach in 4 or 5 years down the line. Yeah, does this answer your question?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Sir, I have another question for you. Like,
Yeah.
what technologies is the group trying to include or will be including in the future? Like, it's mainly focusing on automation or will be on blockchain, data science, or
Everything.
okay.
All these work together. So automation, if I talk about automation, automation happens in the production plant in terms of robots making the car, and in the software side, it's robotic process automation. So my wife, she is working in this area, and she is basically an expert there. Maybe in future, if something happens, we can also organize a specific seminar on automation for you guys. But to answer your question and be precise, uh, cloud technologies, blockchain, big data, you name it, Volkswagen is everywhere. They are even planning to do an industrial cloud for the production platform. That means car manufacturing would be on cloud as well. This is a big project, but yeah, things are going on.
Very good afternoon, sir. Asta this side, I have a question for you.
Hmm.
Sir, as we all know that technology is very good for us. It is very, effective for us. But what do you think, what according to you, is there any drawback with this technology coming? Like, because everything is having its pros and cons.
I don't know if I understood your question correctly, but I think what you are aiming at is this different technologies which are coming in. Are they beneficial for us, or are they
No,
not
sir,
beneficial? Is this your question or something else I have understood?
no, sir. They are beneficial for us.
Mhm.
But according to, like, we are always dependent on the technology. So
Yeah.
is there any hazards with us coming? Like, we are going with the automobile, vehicles. So
Mhm.
when it is man running, it is
Mhm.
different. But when it is technology running, there is also coming with some hazards with it. So
Absolutely.
according to you, is there any, drawbacks with it?
There are very, this is, now I understood your question. This is a very good question. Actually, anything which comes or brings a radical change, there are always pros and cons of these. What we need to understand is we should not let the technology supersede human brain. So if we do that, then it's a distraction. But if we keep a control on a technology which basically are in our control, still, although, when I talk about autonomous cars, if they're driving, for example, or anything which there is an automation, um, um, we have to take care that we should be able to control it whenever something destructive coming in. Yeah, similarly, in terms of, that is the reason I showed that video. So technology will be everything, but they will not be everything, because that is where the things will come which cannot be automated, which cannot be digitalized. And that is where human creativity, human ethics, and all those values will come into picture to basically club them together. Yeah. But in a short story short and long story short, there are disadvantages and there are advantages. We have to see that the disadvantages are not more than the advantages, and we need to reduce the disadvantages in order to make the technology run. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Mhm.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Richa. Sir, I have a question that as an MBA student, what is your opinion that what skills set do we have in order to fit into a digitalized world which is coming ahead? And second question is where to start from? Because like we at a certain extent we do know that what all are the things which we need to do, but how should we start them? So that is what is triggering in my mind. So could you
So
please
the
answer that?
so understood, Richa. So I mean, yeah. So no, I understood your question very well, and I think it is also a very valid question. The reason I have not flooded my presentation with technology is precisely the reason that I don't want to focus on technology here, because doing technology, there are IT guys sitting who are doing technologies. For the master,
Right.
for the business management students like all of you, you need
Yes.
to understand and feel the change, what is happening, and adapt yourself. So because when you will get selected in different companies, you go there, you will not feel that major change when you will be asked to work on a software, which is a ready software. You will be the user. So nobody will expect an MBA student to get into programming. It will not be an expectation. Nobody will expect you to know the technology, but the expectation, the idea, what I wanted to circulate to all of you is a fact that you should be aware of these changes which are happening. And being aware of the changes which are happening helps win half the battle. Yeah. So don't worry, you don't need to be technically strong. There are IT people who will do that, but you should understand these changes which are happening. Yeah, that is the key. So don't worry about it. Everybody has a job and everybody will adapt to it. But the thing is, IT is the future, so everything will get into IT.
Yes, sir. Thank you
I
so much,
always
sir.
give example of my father, my mother-in-law, and all those people who at this age are connected to the technology. So consider, when we will be like 70, 80 years old age, and when we want to get into new technology, some people really don't want to use any gadgets, at this age. But when I talk to my father, he is open up to, okay, tell me this app, and he tries to learn and he tries to basically use, and he's one of the guy who's connected with the entire generation in our family, with this media. So important is to be aware of, so that when you're sitting, everybody would be talking about an app, everybody would be talking about some technology. Important for all of you is to know what it is, to feel that change, not technology. But if you are interested to learn technology, there are different courses to get into IT as well. Yeah, good.
Yes, sir. Okay.
But
Yes, sir.
I
Thank
wish
you so
all of
much,
you
sir.
good luck. Don't worry about it. Everybody has a future.
Sure, sir. Definitely. Thank you, sir, for your wishes.
Girls, any further question? So it was more on technology, and our students are actually, basically they're from non-technical background.
Yeah.
But I can say that the session was not very technical. It was a very general session, so that we all can be aware of what is coming up
Yeah.
in future, what is present. So on this note, thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful and enriching session.
I have a slide for your students still.
Okay, so we'll see that slide, sir, first.
Yeah. So I want to give certain tips to the students of SHIM,
Sure.
and I would like to wish them good luck. No. So this is just
Yes.
one slide based on my lifetime experience. Very simple, but easy to use. So to all the start preparing yourself for the digital future, which means not technology, but aware of what is. Try to explore new things. So if there is a new app coming in the market, anything which is new, just give it a try. Don't hesitate. Make it a habit of asking why and how. It will certainly help improving your perspective. Never give up, stand and start again. Nothing is impossible. Most important, eat healthy, be hydrated, sleep well, and find some time to regularly exercise. Most important. Yeah. I mean, find some cheat days, because Bhopal is full of nice places where you can eat chappan bhog and I don't know what not, but do exercise. Be open in your communication. And last but not the least, you have very fantastic management team, very fantastic crew of professors. I have been interacting with some of them, and they are very nice people. Make sure to make sure them proud. You are a very good team, and these are the things which are very simple. So start from now on. That's it from my end. Finally.
Thank you so much, sir. And these tips will definitely help our students. Uh, So thank you so much for taking out time for us, and we trust that our students have received a lot of inputs on digitalization,
Yeah.
digital transformation, and they'll be ready for upcoming changes in future
Absolutely.
also. We are looking forward for some more sessions so that we can equip our students in these areas. And hopefully, sir, once you'll be in Bhopal, do let us know so that we can arrange a session in our campus. We would love to see you and meet you so that our students can also get inspired. So once again,
I'm pretty sure Dr. Ashish Thakur will not
sure,
let
sir.
me.
We all will be in touch with you, sir.
Yeah, very
So,
good.
so uh,
Good, very good. It was fantastic. I love talking here and sharing my experiences with you all.
is
I wish
our
you a
indeed
very nice weekend. Thank you
great,
very
sir.
much.
It is indeed our pleasure to have you, sir. And thank you once again from our students from SHIM family. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
That was
Thank
a
you.
wonderful session. We enjoyed it thoroughly.
Thank you. Thank you, Virendra. Bye.